Well, welcome back. What have you been up to since we've seen you last?
I've been up to some resting, some training, some other private stuff. Yeah, I was spending some times with my family and train. That's what I've been doing, waiting for the fight finally come up.
Yeah, speaking about that, it was moved from UFC 298. What were your thoughts when you heard that it was going to be moving to a main event?
Uh, the fight when the fight is moving is a little bit hard because you are already heavy camp and you just a little bit tired and you're just waiting for the final day, and now it's rescheduled, so that's a little bit damage to the camp schedule. But it was cool. It's always nice to see your face on the posters, and yeah, so I agree. And since I know there was some problem with Tai there, so I had such things in the future, and somebody did it for me, so why not?
Was there any disappointment that you wouldn't be fighting in front of fans, and maybe was that replaced with the fact that now you're a main event where you can shine on this card?
Yeah, that's something I was thinking. Like, the UFC, the pay-per-view events are, a little bit more the bigger event. And it was nice to be in Anaheim, but still getting the main event. I think it's equal for this one, so nothing changed.
What do you think of your opponent?
I think Tai's excited fighters. Fans loves him for sure. Whatever first come to my mind is the heavy hands, storming forward, and try to finish dangerous, like till every very second of the fight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That I would describe him.
Do you anticipate it going the full 5 rounds, or do you feel like you'll be able to get in and out of there pretty quick?
I don't mind going. Actually, I don't mind the cardio-wise going 5 rounds. I've been doing this before, and I'm pretty much sure about my cardio. But my approach is always go for the finish. Try to finish the fight, and I'm hoping to get that done.
Will you do a shoey with him afterwards?
It's funny. I've been asking this for long, and I never done it. And if there will be like a brand new shoe, maybe I will. But I might rethink it, because now I don't feel like I would like to. But there's different emotion when you come off the fight, and maybe I will try. But at this point, my answer is I'd rather not.
Have you had a chance to kind of think past this fight? I know you don't want to look past him as an opponent, but have you set some goals in terms of how you see this year playing out for you?
Not really, because there's a learn which you get from every fight, and my last fight was a loss, and I was very good prepared for this one. Didn't expect that it won't last more than 90 seconds. So right now it's a little bit different approach in my head. Try to focus on this one. Try to rebuild my get back on the winning streak. And then we will start, creating the future. Right now, Tai is my, next step, and that's it. He's only in my head.
There's also quite a bit of confusion about what's happening with the heavyweight division right now. There's a champion and an interim champion, but the thought is that they won't fight each other next. So it's kind of putting a little bit of a backlog of title fights there. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like Jones should fight Stipe next, or do you feel like he should fight Tom Aspinall?
I have some insight about it, and I don't know if I want to share everything, but I don't mind it how it builds. I think for me personally, I would love to see the John Jones fighting Tom Aspinall, but whatever happens there and whatever brings attention to the heavyweight division is not like I'm not an expert how to keep it at the highlight. I'm just part of it. So I don't mind, and I don't want to say anything bad about the situation. For me, it's all good as long as I'm not there involved in a title shot. That's that's some other business right now.
So I guess we got to get you a couple shoeys, and then I'll ask you the question again while you're drunk.
Yeah, maybe that's when I answer it. But yeah, it's really tough one to to sort everything out. Yeah, if I was me deciding, I would see a John Jones fighting Tom Aspinall.
Thank you.
And you mentioned that loss. The loss was to Aspinall, who eventually went on and now is the current interim heavyweight champ. Does that lessen that loss any? By any means, I'm sure every loss sucks, but is it a little bit better because the guy went on to be a champ? It wasn't like he lost to a guy that then lost to his next fight. Does that lessen it any, or is that not something that you think about?
Yeah, for sure. When you have a loss, you just try to figure some stuff that will make it a little bit less painful. And yeah, that's one of the thing. And yeah, it's good to see that you are losing to the guy who is so good, and he proved it after my fight. So yeah, I just can see where the ceiling of Tom Aspinall is right now.
Yeah.
So when I was facing him, I knew how powerful he is. It's like I like to challenge myself, and yeah, I did. I took the risk, and if somebody would ask me to do it again, I will.
Well, I guess I was going to kind of ask, were there positives you could take away from it? Because like you said, in 90 seconds, anybody could take a punch, and especially in the heavyweights, it could just be that day, and that's your number. Or were there positives, or there things that you took away from that fight that you could use going forward?
It was tough to find any positives because, as I said before, I felt like I am in the best shape of my life for this one, and just the thing I need to accept it after this was like there is someone better than me in the sport, and whatever I could do is just go back to the gym and work on everything of every aspect, not changing something that I thought that would mistakes. For sure, I need to work much on my defense. Yeah, that's one thing. But it's mentally it's hard to explain because the words never reflect what kind of a feeling you have and what kind of approaching you want to bring to another fight. But I just feel inside that brings me a lesson, and now I have a different approach.
And I know you said your cardio was great. You're feeling great coming into that last fight. You're about a month removed from when you were supposed to fight. What does that process do? Do you give yourself a couple weeks to kind of just relax and get away from weight cutting and training, and then you get back into it? Or what was the process for you to get back into shape again, knowing you had a time off?
But you mean after my...
how the fight got rescheduled.
Oh, rescheduled.
Yeah, like how do you deal with that month where they said, we're sorry, we're not going to put you here, we're going to put you here, but it's going to be a month later. What do you do with that month?
Well, it's usually I just making a little bit low intensity during the training, but I keep training, maybe a little bit less session during the week, and that's it. You cannot change that much because when I train, I never go to the training camp and say and see how many training session I have to do. It's like I just try to feel my body. When it's tired, you just need to get rest. When it's not tired, you try to go harder, and that's it. So when the fight was moved, I just listen to my body. If I feel like I'm already too much, I just took the day off or something like this, or maybe less intensity training. But it's I don't like to stick to any plan, like, not building this on myself. Try to, bring as hard as possible, but be wise also at the same time and listen to my body.
Sure. And I know you wanted to be in front of crowds, but you've had some really good luck, or good fights, I should say, good results at the Apex. Mm-hmm. So is there a point that you're Does it feel confident? Do you feel confident when you fight at the Apex? Does it feel kind of like a home game because you've been here so often and you've had good results?
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, it's a lucky place for me. Fight the expert in Apex, all wins. I fought in T-Mobile, or I had a win there. I got married in Vegas, and happy live ever after. So everything comes to to be this place is lucky for me.
I'm glad you said that. Your wife's gonna be very appreciative that you said happy ever after. The smaller cage, do you like that sort of thing? As opposed to, maybe some of the bigger events, the octagon slightly bigger. Do you like the smaller cage?
There is other thing I don't, put that much, thinking about. It's sometimes, can be your advantage, sometimes it's not. But we both can have advantage or disadvantage about this.
Sure.
It's whoever find it.
Yeah. And then last for me, I guess your keys to the victory. What needs to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised on Saturday?
No, sure. I need to keep my face away from his hands.
Sounds like obvious.
Yes, that's the thing. I thank God it's not a power slap. Yeah.
You're not a big fan of power slap?
I don't mind it, but I wouldn't go for this one with Tai. Yeah. Especially if he starts first. Yeah, but for sure, the other things. I believe in some of my skills in striking, in kickboxing, and I can handle some fights in stand-up position. Also, I can break wrestle and grappling, and we prepare for kind of few scenarios in that fight. And yeah, but I think the plan is something that's supposed to be in your head, but it have to happen a little bit subconscious. You know what I mean? Like you cannot overthinking about the stuff. So yeah, that's my approach.
What do you think of his striking?
Of his striking?
Yeah, I mean, obviously everybody knows he has power, but his technicality, how would you rate his striking?
The thing is, I'm not a big striking expert, yeah. As you know, I rather judge the grappling of people, but it's not like maybe very technical, but powerful, and that's enough. I don't think like you need to be very technical if you have results. And he has there. He's been knocking out people, so I would say that. And then, very explosive.
Marcin, I mean, we kind of touched on it right there, but I'm curious, Tai Tuivasa is known for getting into his brawls and making fights crazy. Are you happy to be in one of those, or are you kind of hoping to avoid getting into a crazy fight with him?
I don't mind it. As I said, I like challenges, and he's challenge, and sometimes it's better when when you have someone who already go there to fight, rather than someone that you have to chase around the cage, around the octagon. So it's fine for me. I just I'm not trying to to see my opponent's style as advantage or disadvantage. I just see him and try to adjust.
Of course, man. And I've been around for a good while now. A good veteran in the game, but still looking young and great up there, man. I'm curious though,
what's the secret?
Yeah, what's the secret? Without looking too far ahead, obviously not thinking about retirement or anything, but because you've been around for so long, I'm curious, do you have an idea of how much longer you want to fight for, man? You've fought in so many people.
I have no idea. I just feel like still doing good. I can feel it on my training. I just feel it in the fight, and I think whenever the moment comes, I will just feel it. Just don't want to plan it, because also I have a mindset that when you're thinking about something in the future, you just bring it into your life. So I don't want to think about retirement. I just want to enjoy my sport career.
Not suggesting anything. Of
Yeah,
course, so.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
But I mean, with that in mind, man, again, mentioned all the great opponents you fought. I'm curious, is there one that stands out to you as like the toughest guy you fought so far in your career?
Who would be the toughest?
Yeah.
Tom Aspinall, for sure. Yeah, I experienced his power, and yeah, he's the toughest one.
Yeah, of course, man. And last thing I'll ask you, Marcina, I just got to get your thoughts on, your fellow countrywoman, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, just got in the Hall of Fame. What was your reaction to that?
I love it. I think he did 100% deserve it, and I just waited actually for this to happen. So we love it. The Polish crowd is very proud for her and how she built. Actually, I think she's the legend of the MMA in Poland. So and worldwide for sure, for the women's MMA for sure. So yeah, love it. She's my friend, and I really try to congratulate to her.
Best of luck, Marcin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, but just a super fast one for me, kind of like a fun one, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us. They moved it, like you were talking about it with Kenny, from Anaheim, February, to here, Las Vegas. But what was the emotion like, the reaction when you said, wow, I'm in Las Vegas, I'm the main event, I'm on the poster? That's every fighter dreams of being on the poster in Vegas. And you did that now. So just how you reacted. Did you get emotional? Were you happy? I think you cried, but how was it when you got that news?
The thing is, first I had to tell my wife that we don't go on a vacation in February 18th.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that was one of the things. No, but I just woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I saw a message from my manager that the fight is moved. So the emotions were mixed, between not getting the fight done, so on, and I'm already in a hard training camp, and maybe not being as a big pay-per-view event right now, but still getting the main event, another post, the poster with my name, also was something that made me happy for this one. So mixed feelings, like always in life.
Excellent. Thank you, sir, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.